Guys, so I am making half-gallon concentrated tea. I'm making it concentrated because I do not want to drink 3 glasses a day, which is recommended in the 3rd trimester. So I'm just going to take like half or less than half a glass a day, and not even in one setting. So in here I have half a gallon water boiled, and 2 ounces nettle leaf, 2 ounces raspberry leaf tea, 1 ounce alfalfa leaf, 1 ounce oat straw, and the rose hips for flavor. I steep overnight, or let's say 8 hours, and then I strain it into my half-gallon jar and keep it in the fridge. Yummy! So I'm sure you realize that for my tea I added other herbs or other tea leaf, and that is because of the benefits that adds as well. I'm going to include a link for you to read into detail what all these tea leaves will help with. It has calcium, magnesium, vitamin C, and all of that. I've learned that people who have previously C-section and want to now have a VBAC, vaginal birth, they drink this tea to help strengthen their uterine, their uterus. So others also say it helps to shorten their labor. Others have sworn that it helps with postpartum hemorrhaging. One thing I also know that helps with postpartum hemorrhaging is vitamin C. And I'm not talking about the synthetic, I'm not talking about the, yeah, you can take the synthetic. Please, this is not a medical advice. Ask your doctors and your midwives before you take any of these. So vitamin C and raspberry leaf tea apparently helps you to get a strong uterus, and it helps to prevent postpartum hemorrhaging. It also helps your labor to not be too hard, and it shortens it as well. Also, after labor and delivery, it helps your blood flow and helps to flush out toxins. So that's what I've learned so far. And vitamin C in particular is very good if you want to be able to absorb your iron from foods. So that's also one thing you should take note of. All right, so that's that. And the second thing that I do, or I'm doing now, is increasing my fermented foods. I am increasing my fermented foods because I want to increase the probiotic in my system, or I want my gut health to be better. And the best and simple one that I love is the sauerkraut, because it's so easy to make. And I have made it, and there's a video that you can watch. I will include the video. I made it in Chi, but there is a link there that you can look at, and you will be able to do the sauerkraut on your own. You can also buy the sauerkraut from your farmer's market. Very good. Why do I want a good gut health? Because when you are having a baby, especially vaginally, the baby, when it goes through the birth canal, gets exposed to that good bacteria, which is going to colonize the baby's gut and help them. So most babies get their good bacteria at birth when they are going through the birth canal. I do know that during C-section babies can have these good bacteria as well, but it's not as much as a baby born vaginally. That's why it's advised that if you have a C-section, you should, as a mother, should up your probiotics so that it goes to your breast milk. Some people actually give their babies probiotic from birth if they had a C-section, or they had to take antibiotics during birth. Another reason why I'm eating the fermented foods is I want to pass my GBS test. Is it GBS test? Group B strep test, where they're going to swab your vagina and see if you have any bad bacteria colonize the strep B infection or whatever. I want to pass that test, so I'm also increasing my food intake, my fermented. Go to bed, Doreen. I'm increasing my fermented food intake because of that. And one thing that it's recommended if you want to buy a probiotic is this one. I hope you can see. It's the Femdophilus. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And this is what you can take orally, and you can also insert as your midwife or doctor. This is not a medical advice. And I'm not taking any of these yet. I'll probably take some when I'm close, because I'm not really prone to infection or anything like that. I just want to pass that test at all costs, because I don't want them to give me an antibiotics when I'm in labor or whatever, that is going to hamper my baby's gut health or cause issues for myself. So I want to pass that test. And people will be like, why do you, like, what if you have this thing and you're just forcing to pass? The thing is that that test is not even a sure thing, because the bacteria or the infection can be there today and tomorrow it won't be there, because that candida or whatever, it's in our gut, and when you feed it, it shows up. So that test is just, you know, one of those things where they end up over treating you. And anyway, so the other thing that I've been doing is staying dehydrated. Did I tell you that I nearly passed out at someone's baby shower? So I have to stay dehydrated. The heat here is really serious. I was like, oh, I'm from South Africa, I lived in Ghana, so I'm used to this heat. But no, this is like, there's no air. It's so humid here in Texas, and we are at, like, sometimes we get to 107 degrees, 106. So it's really bad. And when you go out during the peak hours, you have to make sure you're staying cool and you are drinking a lot of water. One thing you have to know is that, especially for me, I pee a lot. So when I pee, I'm not just losing water, I'm losing essential minerals. So what I do, I add some salt to my water, or I add trace minerals. Sometimes I forget to do that, but it's very important that you know that when you pee, you're not just losing water, but you're also losing some minerals, some essential minerals. So you can just add sea salt or pink salt to your water. I like to add the trace minerals, but you can do either. All right, and the last thing is rest. So with Isabel, I don't know if I mentioned it, I would just sit because I'm pregnant, and I'll just go for some walk, you know. But most of the time I was just idle. I'm pregnant, I don't want to hurt my baby, and you have to move. You have to be active, very active. I'm not saying that you should go carry weight when you've never carried weight, but you have to be very active during your pregnancy. Unless your doctor is telling you that you should be on bed rest, yeah, that's different. There's no reason for you to be sitting there and saying you don't want to do anything because you're scared of losing your baby. You're not gonna lose your baby unless there's something else, like I said. So you need to be very active. With Isabel, I was most of the time idle, and in the end, my body was not really working with me, and it was not good. So with this one, I've been very active, but now my midwife is telling me you need to rest. This is the period to rest. So during the day, I have to find a time to nap, but I don't think I can nap. It is just not in me. I have a mental thing about napping, like, why would you sleep? Apart from that, if I nap, I am not able to sleep at night. No matter the amount of magnesium I take, the massage that Chris gives me, if I nap, I'm in trouble. Sometimes I don't have a choice because I'm so tired and I nap, but most of the time I do not want to. So yeah, rest. If you don't want to nap like me, just lay down and breathe in, enjoy some cool air, some iced tea, pregnancy tea. So that's that. And then we are prepping for birth in general. Like I said, we are just trying to make rooms ready, diaper stations ready, and all that. But that we'll go into detail. I'll go into detail later on. I'm trying to make things in such a way that when baby comes, Isabel does not feel the punch that much. I'm sure she's going to react. We don't know if it's going to be a good one or a negative one. I mean, it won't be negative, but we don't know if it will be like, I'm shocked. Um, I don't feel like people are paying attention to me before. Like, we don't know how it's going to be, so we're trying as much as possible to transition her into her own room and all that. She took our room and we want it back because if baby comes, I think that room it's good. It has a better bath and everything, so we want to go back there. So we want her to start sleeping in her own room before baby comes, so she doesn't feel like I'm being kicked out because baby's here, blah blah blah. So we're doing all that as well. But that's that. Let me end here. I can talk. So about the pregnancy tea, you can actually buy an already made pregnancy tea that has all of the things that I included in my tea, or you can just buy the RRL tea and just use that. You don't have to add all the other things. Something is better than nothing. So you can just buy a lot of people just drink the RRL tea leaf. So whatever, I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Next I'm going to share with you guys all the things that I love to use to help me just have some comfort. Third trimester, oh my goodness, you're going to be having all this pain. Some people do not have it. I did not have it with Isabel, but I think with this one, I think because I move, I don't know, or because it's my second baby, my body is doing a whole lot of things. Braxton Hicks almost the whole day. I sometimes feel pain, like really serious pain. My pubic bone or vagina, I feel pain there. Sometimes I can feel my bones popping and all that. But I do understand that it's my body just stretching and getting ready for baby. But there are things that I'm using to help me. One of my favorite things is the yoga ball, and I'm going to share the other stuff with you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.